first to introduce me and my company in the beginning, because we are quite small company from the Bosnia, and in our country we are a big company, but you can see by the numbers we have 1.6 million customers of all services. And about our MPLS network, we started with MPLS network 14 years ago. And now our network grew up to 4 core routers and more than 30 edge routers. Example of topology of our network, it will be like this. We used some from the beginning of our network, and now we are using NFMP or NSP for monitoring of our network. So from the beginning, we started with MPLS VPN services. After that, we introduced mobile services. We introduced BNG in our MPLS network. We used our edge routers for wireless LAN gateways, new functionalities, and we also use traffic engineering, RSVP traffic engineering in our network. And what we have discovered in our network is that in the last time, we just have few new moments in our network. We introduced the data center in our network that is not Nokia. And when connecting the services from the data center with MPLS services, we started with most simple solution. We used connection of MPLS VPN to a virtual data center by VLAN, by simple routing. It's not scalable, but it worked for the beginning. And another thing that is also important for our company is that we have just acquired a few small companies in our country. So it means we will need to connect to other networks in our company. Usually when we connect to other networks, we did it in this way. We provide connections between services per VLAN. But now all networks will be our networks. So we are thinking about other connections. So it means not so basic connection to those networks. What are we doing right now? We are right now in the process of SD-WAN demo, and I want to thank to Mr. Mate that helped us a lot with this project. And we are running this demo with Nokia Lab, and we have few NSGs in our network, and we are testing it for almost 2 months, and it works perfect for us. So after this, we will go to commercial part of SD-WAN. What are we also interested is this data center interconnections. So we are interested to introduce data center gateways in our network, because as I explained in slide before, this solution that we have for connection to our data center is not so scalable. And all these things are only the steps to SDN network that is our final goal to have in our network. So first step is introduction of segment routing in our network. And, So what are we doing right now is working on design with Nokia experts for segment routing in our network. So what are the reasons for introduction of this segment routing? As Roland just said in conversation with Mr. Wim last year, we were talking about segment routing, and there was key words that he explained, because we can run segment routing together with RSVP in our network, and we can use per service segment routing or RSVP. So this is the reason to introduce segment routing as soon as we can. So after this, we just decided to introduce segment routing in our network. So the reason is simplicity, because there is no need for other protocols for label distribution. It is road to SDN. Also, as explained, we have traffic engineering based on RSVP. So with segment routing, we will have also possibility to introduce traffic engineering and faster route in more simple way. This is what we expect, because with RSVP is a lot of configuration to provide on the router to provide faster route and traffic engineering. And also we want to have connections to our SD-WAN controllers and also to other data centers with data center gateways. So we want to provide better data center connections. So as explained, we started with our own data center with connection to our MPLS network. But right now we have other data centers from companies that we just acquired. and we have need to make connection between those data centers to our data center. So now we have like, it looks like data centers. So what we decide to do, it is first of things is introduction of segment routing. The reason is because there is possibility of coexistence of segment routing and RSVP. We will start with segment routing in distributed model because it is simpler to introduce it. And after introduction segment routing in distributed model, we will just force our company to introduce PCE, path computation engine, to make this control plane out of our boxes. This is next step, because we decided to do it in these steps because you have always some resistance when you try to change something, because people like to work with things that are well known, and any change is, not so welcome, because if you change something, then you need people to change the way they think. They need something to learn. So the reason for introduction segment routing in these steps is first to make people familiar with segment routing. After that, we will move to centralized model with PC, because this is something that is natural. And in the final, we hope that we will provide all control plane outside of our boxes, as just Mr. Wim said, and we will have to have SDN network in our company. So I hope I was in time.